Happy Halloween, everyone, and I hope you had a lot of little trick-or-treaters.
Hey, we should be in costumes.
Well,
I guess I didn't want to.
As it's going to get.
I didn't want to scare you any more than this. How's that? So we hope you're having a fun Halloween. It's kind of a rainy, cold night up here in Michigan, where we're coming to you from, and we didn't get any trick-or-treaters this year.
Not this year.
And we were ready. We've had great big mounds bars.
We picked them up in Pennsylvania, Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we were there.
Yeah, at Hershey bars from Hershey, Pennsylvania. I guess we'll just have to eat them. We've done pretty well so far with them. But we're on a small street. We kind of live in the woods, so we don't really get that many people. And
last year, out of 28 years, only 1 year we had 4 kids.
Yep, because some new kids moved into the neighborhood. I guess they found better pickings.
They found better pickings.
Yeah. Hey, Phyllis Kerr joined us. She's down in Florida, and are there trick-or-treaters down there by you tonight?
Well, my sister really does Halloween. She carves her own jack-o'-lantern. She has a mermaid skeleton. She has it's real Florida Halloween, and there have been a stream of people coming to her door, and I'm in her house. So every now and again, the doorbell will ring, and it's a big whoop-de-doo and trick-or-treat.
Oh, that's great.
It's a very busy street.
I miss that. We used to go trick-or-treating when all of our grandkids, with our kids, of course, then each of our grandkids, and now they're all too old to trick-or-treat. So maybe it'll come around and we'll go trick-or-treating sometime. All right, Phyllis, we've got some announcements tonight. Let's tell them about the new Sweepstakes. This is a really exciting announcement for you, so listen up. You're all going to want to go to the address that we're going to put on the screen down below for you in a second here. But the new Sweepstakes starts tonight. It runs for 2 weeks. And it is phenomenal. We've got a great prize. You're going to love this prize. You want to give them the word what it is?
Yes, it's a $500 certificate to Camping World. So
not 5 100s, but a $500 all at one house.
All at one. You could literally buy anything practically in there. So I think that's really awesome. And one person, we only have it for one person this time. So super exciting about it.
So that's how you join it. Just go there, and it explains it all. There's no charge or anything. You can enter. Please share it with other people. And 2 weeks from tonight, we will announce the winner. But what a great way to jumpstart your Christmas shopping, right?
Oh yeah, right. Get it done. Get it done now.
Yeah, and even if you are if you want to give gifts to other people who are RVers, you can find what you want at camping. You can buy it online, or you can take that certificate to a store. Either way, so that's great. So we want to take as many questions as we can tonight, and just to make sure everybody knows, because we have people watching us on Facebook group, Facebook page, and of course our YouTube page. So how do they let us know when they have a question?
If you have a question, type the word question in all caps, and then type out your question normally, and then be patient, because we have a lot of them in the queue, and we're trying to go through them one by one. So don't put them in there 2 or 3 times. Just put one in, and that's it. And if you are over on Facebook, go to the Facebook page to watch this, and because then Facebook will tell us your name. And so that's super helpful.
Yep, and we want to give a shout out over on YouTube. Shepherding everybody over there is Chris Cowley, as always on YouTube. Chris, hats off to you. Thank you, and big shout out to Chris. So we're all going to play nice tonight. No nasty comments, and we'll try and take your questions and do as best we can. Phyllis, thank you, and you'll keep all the questions up on the screen for us, and we'll just do our best to answer. So we'll check in with you later on. And you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's see what we can find from our questions. Linda Ward is first up tonight. We always kind of she was standing by early in the chat before we went live. And Linda is, as you see, she's a regular. She's from Robbinsville, New Jersey.
Okay. She has a comment. We think our LTV Unity twin bed may be among the RVs sitting in their lot, waiting for awnings. We hope to get it soon. I hope you get it soon as well. Yes,
I do too. You've been waiting, I know, a long time, Linda, and that's awesome. There are a whole lot of RVs, not just at Leisure Travel Van, but with every manufacturer waiting for all sorts of different parts. There are a million different shortages of everything, from water pumps to the step motors for the middle to the awnings and all those things in between. And hopefully yours will get that awning pretty quick. But that part shortage that you've been hearing about in all the national news is very much evident in the RV industry as well. So there you go. Congratulations, Silvana Posey.
Hello from Lost Dutchman State Park in Arizona. Happy Halloween. Well, happy Halloween to you as well.
That's up there up near the Apache Mountains, and one of my favorite places in all of Arizona. I used to spend a lot of time on Sundays out there hiking, and I love that area. What a great legend it is, the Lost Dutchman, the legend of the Lost Dutchman gold mine. So, Silvana, maybe you get lucky and you'll find it. Mike Cortez.
All right. We finally did it. We ordered our Wonder rear twin bed. We figured it would be worth the wait for a quality RV. I have 2 years before he retires.
Well, that's great, because you can wait.
Take 2 years to get it.
It's going to take you 2 years to get it. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But
let's hope not.
Yeah, let's hope not. But that's the same unit we have. We've really enjoyed ours, and we know you will too, Mike. So congratulations.
Yes.
Deb Castell.
Annie plans for a meetup at the end of February, first week of March, in the Destin area.
Yes. As a matter of fact, Deb, we'll do a meetup in the Destin area. I think we will pick, a little restaurant or a microbrewery or something in Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Navarre, that area. We'll let you know, but we'll pick it on maybe on a Sunday afternoon, and then we can do our Ask Us Anything.
Oh, I was going to say, how are you going to do that, boy?
Well, we can do our Ask Us Anything. Like we've done a couple there. We've done we used to go out to the Gulf Islands National Seashore, but they had some damage to the road out there, and I still don't think they allow RVs out there, even small ones. So maybe we'll find like Dewey Destin's in Navarre. That's right on the water. That'll be fun. So sometime in that area, yes, we will. Deb, thank you for asking. We look forward to seeing you.
Something
We try and do these. We'll try and do meetups as we travel wherever we're going that we know we're going to be someplace. That's the problem that we know, because sometimes we just make this decision spur of the moment.
How was Tennessee?
Yes. Tennessee was awesome.
Beautiful.
We just put a story out last week on Tennessee. We really enjoyed it. I know they had a big open house at that property that we looked at yesterday. I have not heard anything on how it all went, but I imagine a lot of people were there. And we really like that land. We love Tennessee. We did Tennessee. We spent some time in Kentucky. We'll have a video on that coming up. And of course, we did our supporters and members special gathering that we did on Meetup on the Mississippi. I'll have a video on that next Saturday, so you can see that, get an idea how much fun we had. And then we got one coming up on the new electric bikes that we're using. That's pretty cool. So lots of stuff coming. Linda Barcume.
If storing your trailer outside in the cold, should you leave your jacks down?
That's a great question. I don't. I leave mine up only because, that's just more with the jacks extended. That's more stuff that could freeze. I don't know. You might check with the manual and the manufacturer of your jacks, but it just makes sense to me to keep them up. And I do. I keep mine up, and I'm always using our RV. If I'm not camping in it, I'll use it as a second vehicle. So I just don't feel like taking the jacks up and down, and there's no reason to keep the jacks up, when it's just sitting there and not being used.
And this is making me think that when you go winter camping and there's slush and snow, don't leave your step out at night.
Yes.
Pull your step in.
Because it can freeze
up. Why have some extra grief?
And your jacks could, if they get a lot of snow and slush in there, they could freeze up. So, just be smart on it if you're a big winter camper.
Be smart on it. Go south.
Yeah. Best thing to do, go south. That's absolutely right. James Massey. Hi, James.
Let's see. James thought that Mark's comment regarding RV quality expectations that was included on your podcast were right on.
That's Matt Foxtrot. Yeah, Max Foxtrot. Foxcroft. I always call him Foxtrot. Matt's a good guy, Mr. Enthusiasm. Yeah, his quality expectations. I think he made a point. If you haven't heard last week's podcast, it's on there. He made the point. You heard it. You were part of the podcast, but he made the point that our houses break. What do you expect? Things are going to break. That's just the nature of anything, including RVs. But the manufacturers, they have no interest in putting out things that are going to break. It doesn't do them any good to have people complaining. So they want to make as best as they can as possible. So they're not trying to put out cheap stuff that's going to break, as some people will say. They do their best. However, quality does suffer sometimes when you have a lot of new people building, you don't have adequate help, and you have to rush, and parts are in short supply. So I kind of disagree a little bit with Matt. I think quality has suffered in general, not terribly, but in general over the last 2 years. And I base that on the fact that we have hundreds of thousands of people who follow us in different platforms, and the feedback we get on a regular basis. You can read our Facebook user group on our Facebook for RV Lifestyle, and you'll see lots of evidence. I don't think it's anything catastrophic, but it just makes sense, doesn't it? That with supply short, labor short, some things are going to get passed that shouldn't. Marty Santic.
Can we expect an unbiased review of the electric bikes that they gave you for a review?
That's kind of a loaded question. Can we expect an unbiased review? Yeah, I think so. I can tell you, I think one of the things that Matt does really good is he gives you 3 things he likes and 3 things he doesn't like. And I think I will incorporate some of that. Yeah, I think for the value, it's a great bike. It's less than $1,000. It folds up. I can squeeze them in my RV, take them with us. I didn't notice any difficulty with the torque. A couple of things I don't like. I don't like where they located the key on it.
That's the biggest thing.
It's underneath. It's very awkward to put it in.
Afraid we're going to lose it.
A couple other little things I don't remember, but yeah, we'll tell you what we like and what we don't like. But I think for the price, it's a pretty good bike, and it's very easy to put together. But the key is my biggest problem with it, and I don't think the handlebars are quite as comfortable as I'd like. But I suppose you can upgrade those on your own. But I'm not here to do a review. We didn't buy these; they sent them to us. We're using them. But I'm not here to toot their horn. They're not a sponsor or anything. And I can tell you what I think of it. And so far, I like it. We still have our rad power bikes too, by the way, which we like. Glinda McKendry.
Hey, what is the best air compressor to have for a fifth wheel?
The one I have, I think, I bought it just on the recommendation of a lot of my friends and other people I know. It's the Viair, Viair, Viair. The model I have is on our gear page, rvlifestyle.com/gear. And I got mine on Amazon, and it's a pretty good compressor. I've used it several times to top off stuff. I used it to fill up our new e-bikes. So you can go to rvlifestyle/gear, and you can see what we have there. It's called Viair. Now there's cheap ones you can get, and more power to you. Get whatever you like, but that's the one I use. I think it's generally up there, always at the top rated ones. All right, Linda, thank you for that question. So let me jump up.
Another Linda.
Janet
question.
Anderson. Did I have another question from Linda?
Another. Hey, Jen, will you be doing any more recipe videos?
Your muffin recipe is almost done.
It is done. For you to edit it.
It is edited. I just have to send it up to the store. We have one. You want one on Jen's muffin recipe? Everybody want one? Give us a thumbs up. Jen's famous fresh blueberry muffins.
They're only 163 calories because they're little.
Yeah, but if you slather them up with a big piece of butter and the butter melts when they're warm,
2 of them,
that add 100 calories for a slab of butter. Yeah, her muffin recipe's done, and there's and your barbecue beef. I just got to edit that. So
yep.
Give us thumbs up if you want that, and we can put that out. I'm not even going to try your username. It makes no sense to me. So you know who you are. You're up on the screen.
Okay, Ham Radio Get Together, Quartz Fest, Quartz Size, 3rd week of January. Might you be interested? I know he'd be interested. Now, are we going to go?
If I was there, I
No,
would.
because we got to be in
This is
Tampa.
all my ham gear right here. There's my ham mic way up there, so it's not in the way. But I don't know. We're going to be in Tampa the second weekend. So how am I going to get from Tampa to Quartzsite without killing myself? That's the challenge. So maybe I'll have my radio and I'll work you guys or something from there. But that'd be fun. It'd be fun.
He would love that.
Yep,
He would love to be there.
Yep, I would. Joey F.
Okay, Unity ordered 9/20/20. Dealer has no idea when. I'm at the bottom of the page 3 of the order list.
Wow.
He is only getting 1 to 2 a month. Normal is 5 to 8 per month. I guess I have another year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The unit, they not only is there Joey, and I'm sure your dealer explained this, but dealerships are, and this is with leisure, but it's true of many other RVers, they're allocated a certain number of RVs per month. And it's based on their sales and availability. The reason the allocations are there is because the Sprinter chassis have been in really, really short supply. So that's why they're only getting 1 to 2 a month. I'm glad they're getting 1 to 2 a month, but you've got a long haul yet on them. And next up will be the 2023's model year, which will be coming out in the fall, in the late summer. But I don't know. I don't see any improvement on the release of the Sprinter chassis from Mercedes, nor do I see any improvement on getting the parts. Lindley Rollins.
I debated between getting an LTV Wonder rear lounge or Unity. I ultimately went with the Unity. I had a recall on the MB chassis.
The Mercedes-Benz.
But I was really impressed with the dealership. It beats a Ford.
The dealership beats the Ford or the chassis?
I think chassis.
Oh,
we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm delighted with our Ford because I really think we needed to know what a Ford Transit was like, and we've been using one going on 2 years now, and like it. Lots we like. It's a gas engine as well. It's not the diesel. We have had nothing but good things to say about the Mercedes-Benz chassis as well. Mm-hmm. My one thing, and I probably should do a video on it, although it's not enough to do a whole video, but when I compare the Ford, one of the things I thought going into it is that it would be easier to have service done on it than having service done at a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter dealer, because there's more Ford dealers, right? Well, it wasn't until after I got it that I really realized and found out that most Ford dealers will not service a Sprinter that has been upfitted as an RV. They won't do it. They don't have a hoist that can handle it. And so it becomes a real challenge. In the Metro Detroit area where we are from, there are probably 2 or 3 Ford dealers that I was able to find. A couple of them are just too far away to go to. And the one that is closest to me, I had one oil change done there. I was not impressed with their service. They didn't have enough staff on hand. I had a couple little minor warranty issues that they couldn't fix. They just seemed overwhelmed, with work, which I think is standard in a lot of industries now. I'm not necessarily, but I wasn't impressed. I was impressed always with the dealer that did my Sprinter service. They were expensive, but they did a good job. I since now have my oil change done at a quick change auto place that I found that does real good. And I found my tire work done from a truck tire company. I'm happy with that. But I have not been real pleased with the Ford service that I have found on the Sprinter. So that advantage of what I thought would be in the Transit isn't there. So for whatever it's worth, I throw that out to you. And it may be completely different in 2 years when all these service things
when they
change
have
up.
workers again. And
if workers ever start working again.
People start working again.
Yeah. Karen Miller.
Curious. Someone said I shouldn't cover my travel trailer. Is this accurate? And if so, why?
Well, it depends on how you cover it.
I would say what you're covering it with.
Right.
There's a difference in quality of covers.
Quality and covers, and the other thing you want is one that is a breathable color, so it doesn't keep the moisture in and cause mildew. The cheap covers that you can pick up cheap, that's the problem with them. I will just say this too now, we're going on 11 years of living the RV lifestyle. We don't have a travel trailer. We have had different motorhomes. We have never covered them. One reason is because we use them so much, but we don't cover them. So I do get a lot of snow on them, and the snow kind of keeps them nice.
I would like a little place. I'd like a little building
You'd like
to
a
drive
little-
it in. Yeah.
Like those places we saw in Tennessee on the river, where
Yeah,
they had a
I
big
would like-
garage cover. Yeah, it'd
Yeah,
be nice.
I would like something over it,
Yeah.
particularly when we're down in Florida, you know.
Karen, pick a good cover. One company that is Empire Covers. I know their work. They're in the U.S. They have really great covers. You can go to, I think it's empirecovers.com and look and see what they offer. But you want breathable material, and then it's okay, you know, as long as you don't have that moisture kept inside of it.
Yeah.
Linda Barcume is giving us thumbs up. Maybe that's on your
The recipe.
Oh, those are on your recipe. Look at
Yeah.
Shirley.
Oh, whoa.
Hey, Shirley.
We might be tracking you down to watch Bo. We go to Tampa because
Yeah.
you've offered. So
Yeah, you can
if
come
the
and
offer
meet us
still
at the Tampa
goes,
show and then bring them back to us. How's
you can
that?
have a very hairy elk hound.
Shirley has we've met her a couple times, I think, at Tampa, and she's offered to watch Bo for us. Marty Santic.
Okay, thought you were going to check into the zombie net. Have not heard you on the net.
I'm on. Oh, I've been on the net a couple times, but I'm not a big net guy because you have to wait around for everybody to talk so long. But I'm on. I listen to them all the time. It's right here. I could pop it on and see what's on there now for you. But in fact, we could have fun with this. Marty, I don't know where you are. Let's see if it'll work. Let me just turn it on. All right, it's on. And Marty, if you're on, there you are. You can come right on there, and I'll hear you. Just call me, KZRH, and we'll see if it works. And tell everybody where you're from, Marty, if you do that. So, but the Zombie Net is a ham radio net, folks, if you wonder what we're talking about. Terry Stump.
How do you determine what app or website or whatever to find places to stay, like Boondockers Welcome, Togo, RV Parky, or any of the other 100 or so? We're headed out to pick ours out.
Okay. First of all, go look at the story we had on the RV Lifestyle blog yesterday. We listed just a massive list of all these different resources available for you, where to stay, what kind of places are free, what are very cheap, list all of the resources that we use. And rather than rehash that, if you just go to rvlifestyle.com, you'll see it. It was posted yesterday. Story today is about all the different continuing places where boondocking is being shut down because so many people are trashing boondocking sites. But you know, all of those sites are great for to find places to stay. We're big fans of campgroundviews.com. Our friend Mark Kep has this great technology where you can actually look at the campgrounds that you're going to see, and it will show you each site. And you can even see if it's booked on the dates you're listed. And if you want it, you can one click, you can book it. So that's campgroundviews.com. But check the web post that we put up yesterday, Terry, and you'll see there are so many of them. And realistically, you're going to have 2 or 3 that you use all the time. Nancy Jenkins, our friend from Canada. The border's open, by the way, and we'll have this in the newsletter tomorrow, thousands of Canadian RVers, snowbirds, are on their way south. Hi, Nancy.
Okay. So, okay. Guess another COVID thing in Canada.
Yeah, she's asking, is it easy to come over the border to the U.S. and hard to get back into Canada? I've always found, Nancy, that it's much easier to get back into Canada than it is to get into the U.S. Now, I'm a U.S. citizen. When I go into Canada, they're very nice. They ask me a couple of questions and we come. But when I come back into my own country, man, half the time they search my RV. I guess I just look suspicious. But you're able to get back into Canada now. It's open, so you got to be vaccinated. Look at the rules.
Well, saying that it's easy for a Canadian to come into the U.S., but when they go back to Canada,
I don't know what you're Canadian.
Know.
I don't go into Canada as a Canadian citizen because I'm not. So, but it is open. Terry Stump, Forest River, Berkshire next week, and he wants to stay one night or so in a few different places, not at Walmart.
Maybe people got some suggestions.
Go to our
out
map,
there.
Terry. Go look at our map and at the route you're doing, and look at all these places that people have put in. And we've got a map that is just awesome in terms of giving you resources to find places to camp that other folks in the community have shared. We've got hundreds of them now all over the country. So go to rvlifestyle.com and you can find the map, and you'll do fine with it. Weekend RV.
Have you heard of the NRVTA? Have you?
It's a training system.
Great resource.
Yeah. And
option for RV owners to learn more about their RV system.
Yeah. There's a couple of those that are cropping up. I'm not real familiar with these guys. They're trying to put together a national organization. It sounds like they have. Anybody who can help RVers know their systems a little better is great in our book. We have a great interview coming up on this week's podcast with a newbie couple, and they're brand new to RVing this year. And the title of the podcast will be Total Newbies, Total Disaster. And they're really honest with all the different things that went wrong on their first few months of RVing. And they have a great attitude. You'll see there's a happy ending to the story. But to the point that our question makes, there is a need for everybody to sort of get their hands dirty and have somebody explain how everything works. You do get that when you first buy an RV, but you are so excited at the walkthrough that you miss so much, right?
Right.
So I'm glad to see there's a group like that. Chuck Gunn.
Finally got our Forest River Forester last month. Maybe snowshoeing with you in January. That would be awesome.
Tell everybody where we're going and what that is. It's January 7th through the 9th.
Up to Tequamanon Falls, and hopefully we'll have snow. I'm hoping that there'll be snow.
And where's Tequamanon Falls?
It's in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and it's pretty.
Right there.
It's the state park, and you can just book your spot. Cancel if you need to cancel. There is electricity, and there's outhouses, and that's about the end of the luxury. You can have campfires, and we just have a good time.
We've been going
traipsing around.
This will be our 10th year in a row, I think.
I don't know how many years.
Yeah, I think it's 10 years in a row this year.
I was going to say 8.
No,
flies.
We did it the first year, and then the second year they all came, and and this will be number 10. So pretty exciting. If y'all want to know more about it, send me a note and we'll tell you about it. But it's great fun. Marion Demert.
Jennifer, have you ever considered writing a cookbook for RV travel? No. Maybe I could have all of you send me your favorite recipes, and then we could compile a cookbook.
We
We.
No. There are so many cookbooks out there.
There's a lot of cookbooks out there.
Yeah. But isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet that you're saying that.
Now, your idea is not bad, because if you could get like hundreds of them, that'd be great.
I've done that with different groups, and then everybody gets their favorite recipe and shares it.
Yep.
Put it all together.
All right. Who else we got?
Donna
Delhanty.
What tires do you use when camping in the snow?
6 of them.
We use our regular tires. We don't have anything special because we're in Michigan. We don't have big mountains, porcupines, but we've never had a problem in 10 years.
No, we don't need chains in Michigan. We don't need snow tires. The RV is so heavy, it just really does a nice job in the snow.
And if it's icy, stay where you are.
If you want to see how our RVs have handled in the snow, just go to youtube.com/RV lifestyle. We have I think we even have a playlist of all of our videos, but and just search for winter camping on there, and you'll see we do several of them where we show you us driving in blizzards over the Mackinac Bridge in a whiteout, and the RV. I'd much rather be driving our RV even than a passenger car in the snow. It really is handled right, don't you think?
Haven't some of the little cars over the bridge been?
Yeah. Shh, you'll scare everybody from going. Yes. A couple times it's happened. Elizabeth Polinsky.
Will you be going someplace warm this winter?
I hope so.
We will,
Well-
because we got the Tampa RV show, which last year we didn't go down until end of February.
Yeah, we will. We're tentatively planning to stick around here in Michigan through the holidays. Thanksgiving's coming up now, and then Christmas. We plan to do some winter camping between now and Christmas. Then New Year's, and then we've got to head down. Then we go up to our winter camp out first week of January, and then from
we
there
gotta hightail it out of here.
down to Tampa, Florida, and we'll probably knock around Florida and make our way west.
We'd like to go west.
We love to time it so maybe in March we're seeing the bluebirds, the bluebirds too.
Yeah, I like bluebirds.
The bluebells, in Texas, hill country there, and then we're thinking about. I guess I can say we're thinking. Okay, don't hold me to it. The FMCA convention, which is March. Do I have it on there? March 23rd through the 26th. The FMCA convention and RV Expo.
Tucson.
Tucson, and we're thinking about
We're thinking about it.
And if
We have a heart's desire to go there.
If we do, we'd probably try and arrange a meetup while we're out there too. So if you're a member of our supporters or members group, either on YouTube or Facebook, I'll be asking you guys about that if that's something you'd be interested in as well. But we're thinking about it. That's how you become a member, by the way, down there. And we have some members only gatherings that we do, as well as general ones for everybody. But we're thinking about that. I need some input from the rest of you guys about it.
I wish we could find a way to make Bo, our dog, comfortable, because he stands for hours and hours and hours leaning against me or leaning against you.
He does not like riding in the RV.
Every bump in the road. And unfortunately, the roads are not that good.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
They're
poor
not.
baby.
Alain Brodier.
Hi,
I
from
pronouncing
Canada.
that?
We're planning to winterize our Mercedes Sprinter. We've had it since last June, so the mileage is low. Do you think we need to have an oil change next spring? Thank you.
I think the first one on the Sprinter is about 10,000 miles. So if you don't have that, don't worry about it. Maybe I would do an oil change just before you start using it in the spring.
I have heard both ways with oil changes. That you're supposed to do them, the way they suggest. And then the other, I've heard that use up all those miles before you change. So I think you have to ask somebody who you trust and who's reputable.
Good luck with that sometimes.
It's
the truth,
Yeah.
I don't know if you don't have a lot of miles on
I
it.
wouldn't think you needed to.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You gotta find somebody you trust.
That engine is really tough engine. It really does a great job. Rosamund Crawley.
Going from Arkansas to Orlando the last weekend of February and coming back the first week of March. We will have trouble finding boondocking. Will they have trouble finding boondocking sites? Maybe.
Well, or in Florida in February, March, going there and back. You're talking prime time to go to Florida. There are not a lot of boondocking spots in Florida.
Right.
There just aren't. Arkansas, you'll do better. I don't know what other states you're going through, but you'll find better. Once you get out of Florida, I would plan ahead. I would look at Harvest Host. I would look at Boondockers Welcome. I would read that post that we just shared yesterday about finding free places.
I'm looking at Arkansas, looking at Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida.
Yeah, so you're going to go
maybe down
Georgia,
to Louisiana, depends
Alabama, Mississippi,
how you're going to get there.
Louisiana, Arkansas. You'll be fine in all those states. It's just,
I think it's just Florida.
Florida is where you're going to have the worst trouble out there. So, good luck to you, Rosamund. That's a great trip.
Yeah, you're going to have fun.
Helen Flaherty Hammond.
My husband and I have researched RV traveling, but have not done it yet. Question: any bad experiences we should try to avoid?
I don't know. I mean, like what?
Like your podcast that people come.
They want them to? You want them to avoid my podcast?
I mean, do they want to hear bad experiences?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what do you mean bad experience? Well, you want to know as much as you can about your RV. If you've researched traveling but have not done it yet, go do it. Go rent an RV for a weekend. and see what you think of it. And then you'll get a rough idea of what it's involved, because you can watch a million videos, but unless you actually do it yourself, you don't really know.
And you know something else, if you don't have a couple bumps in the road, you don't appreciate all the good times. I mean, there's going to be a couple bumps in the road, no matter what you do in life.
So what bad experiences would you have traveling by car? You don't
Flat
want to run out of
tire.
gas, right? You don't want a flat tire. So you always fill it up, when it gets below a half tank or a quarter tank, and you check your tires. You want to know what kind of a route you're going on. You want to know the weather that you could be expected. You want to know how everything works in the RV. So my suggestion is always go rent an RV for a weekend. There's so many RV rental companies out there. Give it a try. See if you like it. It might not be for you. Listen to the podcast that we have coming up Wednesday. And you can also watch that podcast interview. You're going to love this couple. The total newbies, total disaster. They just are so honest about everything that went wrong. And a lot of it was because they just didn't know anything about RVing. I mean, the husband and wife couple, the wife, she's got an MBA. She's got, I think, a couple degrees actually. And, and as she says, you got to experience it to really know how to deal with it. So research is not going to, is going to give you some questions maybe to ask, but go try it. And I don't know what to say about bad experiences. Pick your campsites safe.
I was going to say a bad experience might be not planning properly ahead, like in the busy seasons where you can't get a campsite. So,
like last week with us?
Like being organized.
Like last week with us?
Yeah. You drove 800 miles in one day.
So you could watch our stories. We have, if you have a dog, you don't want a bad experience. Our dog rolls and poop.
Oh, Mike, we don't need to talk about
we
that.
did a whole video on all these mooch docking misadventures we had. I mean, a case in point would be like last week. We were coming back from Tennessee. I think we were coming back, and from Mississippi, we were coming back. And we just, we usually always find a place. We tried 5 different places to camp, and all of them were filled. All of them. And I knew better because I've been writing stories that October is one of the busiest months for RV travel now in the whole year. So we tried 5. We figured northern Mississippi, it's going to be a piece of cake. 5 of them, not an empty spot. We ended up staying at a visitor center in northern
and we only got to stay there, according to the security guard, because it was a Friday night and the trucks didn't need the spots. So don't mark that on your calendar that you can pull in there with your RV.
Yeah. But, the RV lifestyle has bumps in the road, just as the road has bumps. You're going to find it. But are the challenges and the bad experiences, do they outweigh the good? No, it's the other way around. The good always outweighs the bad on it.
Even air travel, who's sitting by you, the planes being late, no crews, canceling flights.
You're going to have a great time. Don't overthink it, but go try one. You'll love it. Walter Ward.
Okay. How can you clean air duct in a motor home on the roof? I have a Newmar.
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess you'd have to call somebody.
Yeah. Call an RV tech or Google it. Cleaning an air duct in a Newmar motorhome. Somebody's did a video on it.
We Googled today, tried to figure out how to fold up Bo's dog crate.
I couldn't figure it out.
It took 2 of us.
Yeah,
pushing and shoving on that thing to get it closed up.
I'm sure somebody's done a YouTube video on it, but how do you clean an air duct in a regular house? I just called somebody, hey, come and clean my ducts. So maybe it's the same way when you take your RV in for service. Siberia visitor.
Have you ever used recovery traction boards and or wheel
chocks?
Chocks.
Oh, yeah, chocks.
Chocks.
Yeah.
What is your opinion of their effectiveness and usage? They have a 1997 leisure travel wide body van.
You must have a Serenity, I bet. Well, it's pretty 97. Yeah, I bet that's a Serenity. I've never used wheel chocks in 11 years, almost 11 years of RVing.
I think
never needed them.
Might be a good idea. Those are those little wedgies, aren't the wedges that you put by the wheel?
Yeah, never used one, and I've never used a traction board either. But I think it'd be nice to have a traction board, particularly if you're in sand.
Right, or snow.
If you're boondocking.
Snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I have not used them. And again, 11 years, I bet somebody's talking on my handwriting. In fact, I better turn that off because
Yeah.
somebody else is going on.
I
11
think-
years, I've never needed them.
Depends on where you're camping. If you're Canada, snowy, or someplace out west, I think they would be good things to have. And I've always thought that those little wedges to keep your wheels from rolling, because I'm a little worrier. Sounded like a good idea.
Rolling.
Sound like a good idea to
Keep
me.
those wheels from rolling. Todd Joseph Muscali.
Okay, what's your thoughts of the Airstream Atlas versus its price?
I think it's overpriced.
How much-
What do you want me
it's
to
like
say?
$250 or something?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a Sprinter chassis. Got a nice interior, but it's overpriced. That's my opinion. My thoughts on it. Would I like one? You should have asked me that. Yes, I would really like one, but I think it's very costly. Value is what people will pay for it. And I know, like the Atlas, which is really kind of a small C, B plus. It's got everything on it. It really does, and it's beautiful, but it's just a lot of money. I keep referring on the Class Bs. I refer everybody to talk about the standard is sort of the advanced RV Class Bs. They're custom, kind of a bespoke customization. Kind of a boutique RV manufacturer. They really upfit these Bs. Well, the Atlas is made by Airstream, and it's done on a production line, but it's got a lot of high-end features in it. So do you want to spend $250,000 on a fully equipped Atlas?
Does it have air suspension?
No, I don't think so. Not at that. I don't know if you can, I think you can get it, but yeah, air suspension is a really cool thing. I don't think the Atlas comes with that. It might be an option. I don't know. But very nice RV, just very expensive. I hope that answered it, Todd.
I'd like to look one over really good.
Yeah, you did. Remember?
I want to do it again. I do it again.
We're going to Tampa. Patty Minot Schumann.
Will you ever think about doing a meetup in the East? If I can get him to go East.
Yeah, we haven't been East for a couple of years. Before we were going West, West, West. And this year we kind of stayed around the mid part of the country, north to south. So we're kind of due to go East. The big thing for me in the East is I don't like being around the big cities and all that hassle. And I had a whole misconception about the East until I found the Adirondacks, and we just fell in love with the Adirondacks. So the Dacks, they got us, and I'd like to go back there. We love the Finger Lakes area. Where we haven't spent a lot of time is down the seaboard in the Carolinas and even the Georgia seaboard. So we're welcome to any suggestions you have, and if we're there, our goal is to always have a meetup wherever we are, when we know we're going to be there, to give you some notice, because sometimes we say, gee, we could have a meetup here, but can they make it in an hour? Because we don't know where we're going to be. But we'd love to do one next time we're out that way. Johnny Lightning, I love his name.
Let's see. Try the Water Management District campgrounds in Florida. Strictly no facilities, and I think they may be first come, first serve. Yeah,
they are. They're not always in really nice areas. Some of them are pretty nice. We found a couple of interesting boondocking spots in Florida. One in the Ocala National Forest. You can camp several spots there. And then the other one is we did this year. We did one, and there's a video on our YouTube channel on it, on camping on Eglin Air Force Base. It's one of the largest Air Force or military reserves in the world. Huge area in the Panhandle, and they have a number of different spots that the public can camp at. And it was $5 a night, boondocking, but really nice. So there are places like, look at that post that we put on rvlifestyle.com yesterday about free and cheap places to stay, and you'll find some other examples there. Thank you, Johnny. It was a good tip. Robin Ostermeyer again.
We just bought Brompton's folding bikes for camping. 23 inches by 22.2 inches by 10.6 inches. Folded up in thirds.
Bromptons are kind of the standard for folding regular bikes. It's an English company, I believe.
I wonder what they cost.
They're expensive, but quality,
Yeah,
it
quality
is.
costs.
But those are really nice little bikes, and there's a whole subculture up around them as well. Very nice. Congratulations.
Yes.
Marion Diemert.
Are you planning to travel to Canada in 2022? The Airstream Rally is really overpriced.
Right now, Marion, I have no plans to go to Canada. I don't want to deal with all the COVID stuff there or here. If that all ends and goes away,
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either. But if
So
it does,
that will be
the
in
Canadian
Canada.
Rockies, here I come. But I have no plans to go to Canada until the two countries figure out what they're going to do about that. Inka Schultz.
Please come to Myrtle Beach State Park. You would love it.
All right. Next weekend? Is that good? Yeah.
We need to remember that.
Yeah.
I don't have a sheet of paper handy.
Well, we do. It's right on the screen there.
Yeah,
That doesn't
but
ever
I
go
know,
away.
right, I know,
It never
but I
goes
have to
away.
have it in hand.
Thank you, Inka. We love, we do want to go east. So, and there's no reason we
We'd have
couldn't
to
do that
book.
this fall. Donna, she's commenting on what we just
You got to
said.
get after the boy. There is so much more than the big cities on the East Coast: West Virginia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Even the joked about New Jersey having beautiful beaches.
We found that out. We spent a lot of time this year in the state of Mississippi, which is not up there on most RVers' list of the places they want to visit. And honestly, we found so many just awesome places. So I am sure that all these places are great. We want to visit the new national park in West Virginia. We also want to spend more time in Pennsylvania, in the Alleghenies, I think, in Pennsylvania. East Coast sounds good. And I think we need to do some of our adventure guide books geared towards the east. We've just got the one on the Adirondacks. So we'll think of it. Thank you all for those tips. I wanted to, that's so funny. I was just going to say, we want to talk about our shirts.
You're pointing to your.
I was pointing mine. This is not for sale. Well, it's for sale, but not on our side. But Jennifer's new shirt, that's our new logo. Your adventure awaits. You'll see it on our new website that we'll be revealing in the next week or so. But we've got a whole bunch of new merch out there that I want to urge you to go check out. Particularly, you've read all the stories of how hard it is to get stuff for Christmas and supplies. Well, right now you can get our merch, our shirts, our cups, lots of stuff, all of our books, and just go to that address right there on your screen, rvlifestyle.com. Go shopping, and you can check it. But we've got some new items that we just put up. At the beginning of the program, if you didn't tune in, I wanted to make an announcement that we have a new sweepstakes. Why don't you tell them, my dear, what we're giving away this year?
We are giving away a $500 gift card.
$500.
Just one $500 gift card.
To Camping World. So, all those things you want to get for your RV, you can get it. You can use the coupon that we're going to send you, the winner, online, or you can go to a store. But
can you use it for service?
I don't know. I think it's just
don't know
merchandise.
either.
I think it's a
Maybe
store.
it's just
I don't think so.
Okay.
So $500, and all you have to do is go to that address right there on the screen, rvlifestyle.com/sweepstakes, and you can enter the sweepstakes. It's a random drawing. We'll pick random drawing, but it's based on how many times you enter. You get a better chance every time you enter, and there's all different ways you can enter, as it explains. So check it out. 2 weeks from tonight, we will announce the winner. But what a great way to start the holiday shopping season with a $500 gift certificate from Camping World. So one of our lucky viewers will be able to get that. rvlifestyle.com/Camping World or /sweepstakes. And our partners, I should tell you that, we use a lot of different products and stuff. And many times we can get discounts for you off the cost of them. And so we have a page on the website right here for all sorts of stuff that people have offered special discounts to our audience, and you can check that. We urge you to do so. Coming up this week, we've got tomorrow's the newsletter. Lots of stuff in the newsletter, including a big report on this mass migration of all the Canadian snowbirds. Welcome back, Canadian RVers. And then Wednesday, you want to listen to the podcast, a great interview with two total newbies to RVers who candidly report the total disaster they experienced in their first few months of trying to adjust to the RV lifestyle. They are now no longer newbies, and you can learn a lot from them. But you're going to love this couple. And then next Saturday we'll have a fun video on our meetup on the Mississippi in Natchez, Mississippi. And we found some great stuff that we will share. We'll just like take you with us and show you all the things that we found and did. I think you'll like that video. So that's what we are up to. I guess it is time to say all good things must come to an end.
So I will say happy trails.
And we will be back next Sunday night, same time. Phyllis, thank you for being here. Anything we need to tell everybody before we go?
No, thank you to Chris. He did a great job over there on YouTube.
All right. Chris Cowley on YouTube. Thank you for keeping everybody there. You guys, you can send us an email if you wanted something just for us, Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com. That will come to us, Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com. And until then, we'll see you next week.
Now I say happy trails, right?
Say it again.
Happy trails, happy trails. Make some happy trails.
I
Have some good times.
Yeah, we got a Happy Trails t-shirt. Should I tell everybody that?
Oh, then am I going to say happy trails again?
Yeah, say it one more time.
No.
Come on. I'm not
Happy
in it.
trails.